So we're getting ready for NC State and Purdue. Saturday evening, it's the first game of the two. Purdue's third Final Four all time. For NC State, it's the first time they've been there since Jim Valvano's magical 1983 team. And they have more losses, by the way, than any team in the history of the Final Four. But of course, they've been incredibly red hot. 9-0 in a 20-day span for NC State to get to the point where they are in the Final Four. Here's my first question for you from an X and O's standpoint. Their big star, the big name is DJ Burns. He had 29 points in the Elite Eight. He's played even better in the NCAA tournament than he did in the regular season. Yeah. What do you think Matt Painter's philosophy will be defending him? On the one hand, you go, oh, well, Edey, you put a big on a big. On the other hand, do you have Trey Kaufman-Renn try to put some time in to protect possible fouls coming Zach Edey's way?
Yeah, if I was Coach Painter, and I know Coach Paint well, and he likes to play the mismatches. He likes to flip cross-match, as Coach Beeline would call it. And I think he may even think about putting Trey Kaufman-Renn on a DJ Burns and allow Zach Edey to come and be that double guy. Because you look at NC State, I've watched them all season because my little cousin actually plays for NC State. So I got a little bit of a hidden interest. I went either way. But you look at Diarra, 6'10". He plays their forward position. He doesn't shoot a bunch of threes. He doesn't shoot it well from deep. So I can see Zach Edey anchoring that defense, coming over, being that help guy on DJ Burns, blocking his vision. Because if you have Zach Edey playing one-on-one in the post and he stops DJ from scoring, DJ is a really good passer out of the post. So when you have Zach as that secondary defender, when he's coming over to double team that basketball with his high hands, he limits that vision. You don't get that cross-court pass. So I can see Coach Painter staying one-on-one with Zach, but I could also see him mixing it up and allowing Zach to be that double guy.
We were talking in the last segment about the UConn women being tired potentially because there's only a few days off and then they play. They played on a Monday, they'll play on a Friday. Is the schedule that helpful to NC State because they last played over the weekend? They don't have to play till Saturday. You know, we're in the third of 5 days where they don't have a game at all to worry about. Or are you still thinking it's possible that because of the run of games they played in March, you can try to tire them out in this game?
No, these guys got a couple of days of rest. I think as media, as analysts, we put too much into 22, 24-year-olds, 18-year-olds being tired. You look at DJ Burns, DJ Horn, Jaden Taylor and those guys. They're young guys. You look at Purdue, Zach Edey, although he's a senior, he's 22 years old. Braden Smith just finished playing AAU basketball 2 seasons ago. So young guys, they shouldn't be tired. If this opportunity playing in the Final Four, they should be nothing but energized. I expect them to come out, play hard, try to go down low to DJ Burns. But you look at it, DJ Burns, I know we talk a bunch about him because he's the big fella, but you look at that Marquette game, DJ had 4 points. It was the other DJ. It was DJ Horn leading the charge. He's their leading scorer. He's a guy that can score all 3 levels. When he gets on the heater, he can get anywhere 25, 30 points a game. He can get you 30 or he can get you 12 on 13 shots, depending on which DJ Horn shows up.
Right. He's not Dalton Connect. What we saw in that performance from Connect was amazing.
Right.
But that guy can hit threes.
Yeah, he can make shots.
I mean, he had 29 in the ACC title game just a couple weeks ago. So I agree. He's a dangerous weapon. We mentioned that in the last game they played, Edey did almost everything offensively. Yep. The threes were not falling for Purdue. Who specifically do you want to see step up from the guard position, especially early on in this matchup for Purdue?
I want to see Braden Smith come out and be ultra-aggressive offensively, scoring the ball. He was great against Tennessee, controlling the pace of the game. Had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, got everybody involved, fed the big fella down low, played well off the ball screen, but had to go against the Kai Ziegler, one of the better defenders in college basketball. I expect Braden to come in this game against DJ Horn, Casey Marcel, and those guys. Be aggressive to start early. Shoot that jumper coming off that screen. Make them guard you, and then it'll open up the floor for everybody else, not just Zach. If Braden is aggressive, you're going to have to help off of Lance. You're going to have to help off of Fletcher. And then it allows those 2 guys to make shots. But I'm expecting Braden to come out and show everybody in the country, while he's not just one of the better point guards in college basketball this season, but coming into next year, Braden Smith will be the best point guard in college basketball. And he's got to show us why.
I feel like we need to spend the last minute here on your conflict of interest. Now, if your cousin calls you.
He did. He said, what do we do?
And what do we do?
How do we beat him?
Now, are you lying to him? Are you saying,
I never lie to family.
come on
I
now.
never lie to
This is your
family.
school.
That's my blood.
School's more blood than actual blood.
I had two of my dad's sisters, two of my aunties called me yesterday, and they're saying, hey, Ray, this is family. This is Jaden Taylor. This is our nephew. This is your cousin. Coach Painter, you don't owe him anything. So my thing is, I love my little cousin. I hope he goes off, but I hope Purdue comes away with it. I can root for him to have a great game, a great performance, get those boys 30, but I want Purdue to come away with this one and get to the national championship.
That is a smart answer.
But I'll win either way.
You check every box there. Let him score 25 and have the Boilermakers win and move on. I hope for your sake that happens. For Ray Fell, I'm Mike. We'll see you next time.